So what makes a successful coach? My assumption is that if you're here listening to this, you want to run with the business. So that being said, what's the difference between the coaches who get started and they don't take their businesses anywhere and they don't go anywhere versus the coaches who run with the business and end up being full-time coaches making 6 and 7 figures? It comes down to about 6 different things. Everyone starts at the same level. Everyone is fair game. You start off with no customers. You start off with no other people who you're bringing into this business as coaches. So everyone starts at that same ground zero level. There are systems already in place. You just have to follow them. You just have to take the action. So these elements are the pieces that I believe lead to success. The first one is your reason why. And you guys, this has to be deep and it needs to be emotion stirring. Most of the coaches who are very successful in this business, they either have a why that is very inspirational or they started this business out of desperation. They were in a very bad place in their lives and they were desperate to make this change. And sometimes it can be a combination of both. In my case, it was definitely desperation. I lost my baby sister, she was killed, and I completely was just in the most depressed state and I needed this. Like I needed this opportunity. I needed the opportunity to share my journey on social media, to show up, to get those endorphins, feeling good. So for me, I started out of desperation, but I also had a little bit of inspiration. Also, I was also desperate in my job and I was in a very toxic work environment on top of losing my baby sister. So I was just dealing with a lot. It was very hard for me to force myself to go to work every single day when I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like the people that I was working with. And so a lot of it was desperation, but there was also some inspiration because before my sister passed away, I had completed 2 full programs. And with both of those programs, number 1, I dropped the weight that I wanted to drop. And then number 2, I got immersed in the community and I fell in love with it. So I fell in love with the products and the community before this happened. So for me, it's like a combination of both. I was in a place of desperation when I finally decided to run with the business, but at the same time, I was just so inspired and I loved what Beachbody had to offer. So the purpose of your reason why is it's going to fuel you. It's literally going to fuel you. That's why it has to be deep and it needs to be emotional. It will give you something to turn on when the times get rough and when you don't feel like showing up. And it's just going to be that constant for you that helps you keep moving forward because you have a bigger vision ahead. The second factor that I believe leads to success is your commitment to setting your business hours and sticking to them. So how much time do you have to offer and are you willing to stick with those hours that you set for yourself each week? The super successful are dedicated to building this business and dedicated to themselves. They are disciplined in doing the daily activities they need with the time that they have to move their businesses forward. The third element is to stretch your belief daily. Daily, I cannot stress this enough. In the beginning, it's so common to just have self-doubts and not really think that you could take this business anywhere. That's completely and totally normal. I had the exact same feeling. But honestly, this business is really, you grow with action. It's like a snowball. When you first start out, you have this tiny little snowball, but if you roll it down a hill, over time, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how this business is. Your confidence grows, your belief in yourself grows as time goes on and you're taking the necessary actions. Number 4 is winning the small victories each and every single day. Just like anything in life, the small decisions that you make on a daily basis, they add up. If you ate McDonald's one time, one day, you're not gonna see a change immediately, right? But let's just say you kept doing it every single day. And then that day became a week. And then that week became a month. then all of a sudden the game changes. So the little decisions that you make each day matter. And the coaches that are successful in this business, they pay attention to those decisions and they really try to make them the positive side and really to make sure they get their work in no matter what the day is looking like. They know you cannot underestimate small decisions, so they try to stay focused on their fitness programs and sharing their journeys. And over time, that builds up and it adds up. They also get excited each day. They remain enthusiastic and they have faith. I truly believe that this business can be a blessing in anyone's lives who is ready for it and who's looking for it and who wants it. So who am I to hold this gift back because of my trivial feelings of what's going on each day? I truly just make sure that I take care of me and I get myself together so that I can come forth into the world and share and give this gift back to someone who truly needs it. The fifth element, I think, is getting better every single day and being committed to that. Majority of people don't come into this business having a natural knack and knowledge of how to share their journey, how to be authentic, and how to share about the business. And a lot of times you don't have that confidence when you first start out. So just being committed to growing a little bit more each and every single day, it really adds up over time and you'll be amazed where you are in a year. And number 6, you need to have support on your journey while you go through that growth. You really need to immerse yourself in the Beachbody coach community. You need to try to attend events. You need to try to go on the trips, win the trips, so that you can be immersed in this community. They hop on their team calls and they are just plugged in to this company and what it has to offer. Because honestly, this journey of growth is hard and you need that support. A bonus element is sharing about this opportunity. And what that looks like, once again, it would be something like sharing this video with someone. There is a high level of success that comes when you show others how to do what you do and what you learn. Each one teach one. When you learn something, you reach back and show someone else. There is a high correlation of success when you participate in this activity. A lot of people don't feel confident when they start out and they're sharing about the opportunity, but it gets easier over time and it is one of the factors that I really think makes this people successful in this business.